Shit, I remember one time we was in Daytona Beach, and my gay mama was up there standing on the front of Bethune. Y'all remember Bethune Cookman reunion on Daytona BCR, and she was standing up there in front of the hotel room, and she pulled her. Nigga was on the bullhorn. All y'all over there, all y'all standing over there in front of that hotel room, all y'all is niggas. all y'all in front of that hotel room, all y'all, them two right there, and the little one right there, that's a nigga. All y'all is niggas, all y'all. So my gay mama looked over there at him because he was on his bullhorn doing this. Just like doing all this commotion. So he was on his bullhorn doing all this. You know what she did? She said, you know what? And she had on this one-piece thing. She pulled the one-piece thing all the way down and put it all the way around the ankles. And so you saw her titties, hips. So she was just naked, standing there. The bullhorn stopped. The bullhorn stopped. And it was just like, it just caught. And she said, bitch, you better not run. Because bitch.
Because she knew.
She said, bitch, you better not run. Because I was like, bitch, why did you do that? Because that's what.
Wait, I have a question though. Were you about to run?
Yes. Bitch, I wasn't finna be dealing with all them niggas. That was too much niggas. She did that shit. That was too many niggas. Them niggas just said. And the boy in the bullhorn stopped. He held the bullhorn. And then he went back, you just a nigga with money, that's all. You just a nigga with a lot of money. You was a nigga with a lot of money. Because it looked like she had a pussy. Because she stood up that bitch butt naked and stared that gap there. Somebody, a man, where's the man? Bitch, I was over there. I looked, bitch, I did this too, but like, oh God. And she said, bitch, and she was looking for, she said, bitch, you better not run.
So you really were going to leave
man,
her?
I was finna, man, I don't got time for that. I think I was what 19? Was I 19 or 20? 19, 20. I couldn't have been no more than 21.
Maddie, they said you was a runner in the track star back in the day.
I want for that's too many. I'll fight one or two niggas, maybe even three. Maybe even three. If I could motherfucking get in that bitch and go to maybe even three.
But a swarm?
But the swarm, it was a swarm of niggas came over there. And she stood there. I was like, oh my God. You know, like, oh my God, this is crazy. So what's up? You know, and you know, I've been in the horn business for a very long time, even back then. And she was definitely in the horn business. She's like, oh, we're in room 6. I'm like, no, bitch, you in room 6.
Not me.
Bitch, you in room 6. You are in room 6, bitch.
Don't look me in your shit.
Bitch, I don't know what they want to do in room. All this shit was new for me. Like, this was new. This was new for me. Like,
oh
you
my
know.
God. I can't believe you about to leave her though.
I was gonna go to room motherfucking 6, bitch. But I was gonna let their ass in that bitch. Yeah, you said my gay mama was the real. My gay mama's face. My gay mama was gorgeous. Was was so cunt in the face, so pussy in the face. And she was 6, she was like 6'1", 6'1". Very beautiful in the face. Very beautiful. And you know, she had got her body done. She had big titties, small waist, hips. And she was fearless. She's still alive now, but she was fearless. Like, and I learned so much from her being fearless of just saying to me, like, girl, because I come from a time when, you know, the girls played cunt. Like, you weren't finna, bitch, you a man. Who's a man? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I did come from that time and era. You know, that's why now when she and I talk, she talks about that she's so proud of me for being so liberated as a trans woman, like being so liberated as being like open, like, because I don't give a fuck that you know that I'm trans. I don't care about that. Like, you know, back then, like the whole goal was to pass and to not say anything about being. It is Clark. How do you know? It is Delmar. That was my gay. Delmar is my gay mama. You know, now you know Miss Delmar was not the girl, bitch. Miss Delmar was not the girl to play with realness. You know, Miss Tan was real as rain. Miss Tan was real as rain, bitch. She was real as rainwater. That face, that bitch would lay her mug in the situation when people were screaming out, man, man, man. That bitch would lay her mug in there and be like, excuse me, what are you talking about? With no makeup on, nothing, because you know they always associate, like, if you wear a lot of makeup, you a man. If you this and that, she would lay her mug in that bitch and like, what happened? She says, a man. Oh, honey, you like dick? I don't have that. She said, a dick is Clint Clark, you know? He said, cut out the back door. She said, a man, bitch. The dick is in the purse. I got that if you need it, but it's extra.
Oh Lord.
But that bitch was so pussy in the face. Like we all lived for her. Yeah, look at my mama saying, yes, she was. My mama know, like that bitch was legendary for being like real, like for being real, very like no matter how tall she was extremely passable. Like, bitch, that mug was not, like the girls would be envious of that mug, bitch, because that girl was a woman in the mug. That bitch used to put her face in the cars with men. A man? What? Oh no. And a walk off. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody got time for that. And like, no, little mama, no. What we no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody saying that shit about you. No, we just saying it's a lot of men out here. You know, it's a lot of men out here, you know. She's like, oh, but that was back then when passing was the thing. Like when you pass, this is why I'm so passionate about a lot of stuff when it comes to me talking about my trans and my trans experience and my stuff like that. This is me talking about, I come from a time where the girls, like, I know we live in a time now. I know when we live in a time now where if you identify as a trans, like you can, there's certain ways that you can look, you know, which still validates your trans identity or whatever. But when I was growing up, my gay mama was pussy. When I looked at my gay mama was real. Like, bitch, you better get your skin. That's why I always say, step your pussy up. Bitch, you better get you some hormones. You better get your skin together, girl. Girl, you better keep your motherfucking hair done. Bitch, you better bitch, if you wanna walk outside and scream that you a motherfucking woman, bitch, you better come through. You better not have you better not play no games when talking about something, you a motherfucking woman. And so, you know, when I looked at her, that's all I saw. Like, I saw her as real. And even the people who know her in the comment section know that bitch was nothing to be tampered with. Nothing. She was nothing to be tampered with, bitch. That bitch was pussy to the ground. And it just was like, we all looked up to her. Like, we all looked at her and every girl was compared to her. Like, if you was a trans girl from down south, you were compared to her. Oh, if you don't look like that, you not no real transsexual. If you don't look like her, you not no real, because bitch, all y'all look like niggas. That's a woman. Y'all men. So, you know, she was not for that. And so she was very much so fearless. She was very fearless when it came to men. She had always told me, keep your eye, look at the men in their face, bitch, when they talking to you, so that they know, so that you are secure in that you are. She said, aren't you a woman? Bitch, you stand in your security of you being a motherfucking woman. Stand in your security of you being a woman. So, bitch, when your men is talking to you, bitch, if you flinch, they're gonna punch you. That's what that bitch said. If you flinch, they're gonna punch you.
Really?
Yes. There was never no flinching with that hoe. Never. Even at 6'1", 6'2", there was never no flinching with that bitch. That bitch was secure in her being a woman. I don't give a fuck what you hoes knew I was born at. Bitch, I am a woman. And bitch, she commanded that. And the men that used to be on the edge, like, nah, they be like, okay, I done fucked up, baby. You ain't no. And that's where I know. So the girls of today, the way that the girls are of today, you know, I understand how times have changed and how things are and how we're so inclusive with this and that or whatever, you know. But like I said, anytime I'm having these types of discussion, you can't take away my experience as a trans woman. Like, bitch, I grew up with the realest of bitches. We're the realest of bitches of bitch walking through and they screaming out man and they talking about the girls. Right. And I'm not talking about, they talking about the women. Like, oh, that's a man. And the trans over there like, what happened? Why y'all doing her like that? And when I got to the place of me being very passive, Clint Clark, now you know I can't say it, but I'll repeat what you said, Bricks. But you know, when I got to the part of me being very passable enough to the point where, you know, that stuff was going on, like I would see men carrying on with trans women or whatever, and I'm like, why y'all doing that? I would very much so be like, well, I'm one too, bitch. I'm one too. Clint Clark, she was in the Rolex. Takesha used to be in the Rolex. And you know, Miss Elliott Miss Takesha was pussy too. Miss Takesha was pussy to the floor too. But Miss Tan was from where I'm from. Miss Delmar, bitch. She's from where I'm from down south, honey. And it was very much so like, girl, it was none of that's right, Miss Elliott was cut in the Rolex, bitch. Well, you know, Miss Tan was cunt, bitch. It didn't matter. Miss Tan just oozed. She oozed, and this is why people need to understand what you have, nobody else has. And Miss Tan oozed sex appeal. She just oozed that. She just oozed. It was a commanding presence when she walked in the room, bitch. It was a throw that hair back, that motherfucking bust down the middle ass, 40-inch hair back then, and it was just coming in like, and because people need to understand that beauty not only radiates from the outside, it has to radiate from the inside in the beginning. Because once beauty on the inside radiates on the outside, you are an unstoppable bitch. Once confidence radiates on the inside and it displays on the outside, bitch, you are an unstoppable bitch. There are a lot of pretty girls who lack confidence on the inside, or who lack inner beauty. A lot of them have outer beauty, but they don't have inner beauty, because the inner beauty, here's the thing, the inner beauty will shine brighter than the outer beauty. Because there's been some unattractive bitches that was attractive. But you like, damn. That's right, comfortable in my skin. That bitch was definitely cozy. I remember I was 15 years old when I first met her. I was 15. 15. And I worked at Long John Silver's, and that bit, it used to always be rumors about her, like always rumors. It's a man. There's a man that looks like a woman. It's a man. It's because, you know, I'm from Florida, so whatever. It's a man. She looked just like a woman. She looked just like a woman. Is she a man? He a man. He a man. But he looked real. He a man. And one day this bitch pulled up and ordered some stuff at the drive-thru at Long John Silver's, and was like, yes, I'd like to have a 2-piece fish and more.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was 15 years old. I'd like to have a 2-piece fish and more. I was like, what? And I gave the told that bitch pulled up to the window. And when that bitch pulled up to the window, she was over there in her pocketbook. And she used to keep the longest nails. She was over there in her pocketbook, getting the money out of her pocketbook. And when she turned around and she saw me, it was, you say that's 10, ain't it, mama? My mama said that's 10. She was in her pocketbook. And that bitch turned around to the way she saw me. She was like, oh. Whatever it is she saw when I was 15 years old, she said, you my daughter. I was 15. And that bitch said, you my daughter. I had never met her before in my life. Never met her before. I had heard stories about her, never seen her before. And she just said that you are my daughter. And she reached with those long nails, and when I was passing the food out the window, and she put her hand, she's like, ah, and drove off after that. And I was so enamored and so fascinated with her. So enamored, so fascinated. I was just like, I don't know. Like, it was just like, because you don't know nothing. You don't know, especially when you are still trying to figure out like what your identity is and like who you are and all this stuff. And you hear these things you've been here. I was just so fascinated, like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I just never forget, she was in her purse, getting her something, and she was with that long ass fucking hair. And then she turned, she's like, in the drive-thru, she said, oh, you my daughter. I was just stuck at the window. Just stuck, like, I just was stuck, it's just a lot. I almost got emotional for a second because it takes you back to a place when you were young and like you was in the space of trying to figure out like whatever, and all these people, and we ended up having a up and down relationship with each other, because I became a really, that was my gay mama. And then, we had she still was the fucking queen, and she did queen shit, faggot shit. Of course she was prettier than everybody, so she gonna be able to fuck your boyfriend. And nobody thinks about this shit now. Like, girl, fuck that boy, girl. You my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You say a mess, right? Click on, but she was a mess. She was gonna fuck your man. That's just what it was. Because she was like, that's just what it was. And then you see her, and we had a real tumultuous relationship. Because I remember when I really started to get to transition over and stuff like that. I remember it being one New Year's Eve, and we went out to the Palace. This was a club called the Palace, and it was New Year's Eve. And I remember we went out, me and another girl, and we were out, and I never forget what she had on. She had on this white. We come from the era of, my mama said she didn't know she was trans.
Really?
No, my mama met her. We came from the era of 2 Live Crew. So she had on this Luke dancer ass outfit. It was this white spandex, but it was see-through, and it had fur at the end. And she didn't have on no bra, so her titties was just sitting there like that. And so so her titties was sitting there, and she had on this skirt with this puff at the bottom, like whatever's on the cuff, it was at the bottom of the skirt, and it was really short. And she had just had some surgery done, like some lipo or something, because there was like, she was going to the Florida Center for Cosmetic Surgery.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. And so she came into the club, and I was in the bathroom. I had on this little dress that I found at the damn Rainbow. I don't know. I had on the dress in the Rainbow, and I had on a wig, and I had on the mismatched makeup or whatever, my eyelashes and shit on, girl. I had on the padded bra, trying to, get through. And she came in, and the first thing was when the door opened and she looked at me, that bitch said, Oh! And went and used the bathroom in the stall and came out. Bitch, I was so crushed.
Oh wow.
I was so crushed. I was so, bitch, it was like you took you know how you take dried motherfucking, what's that shit called? Seaweed, and just,
yeah, you just.
I was crushed. It was the longest laugh. Oh my God. But after that, we started having a really rocky relationship. Because I was like, that bitch hurt me. Like, that hurt me. Like, this is a bitch that I love. This bitch hurt me. Because I was a gay boy riding around with her. She'll come pick me up and we ride around in the car or whatever and stuff like that. But then I was like, I want to, I'm just, But she gave that. And I must say, time went on. I can't remember the exact time. I got to think about it. I remember after all the things I had surgery, like all the type of stuff what was going on. And then I think I was living here? No, I wasn't living here. No, was it? Yeah, I was living here. And I went back home and we still kept in communication with each other and stuff like that. But I went back home and then I just remember her saying to me later on down the line, she said, daughter, I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you, girl. And she says that you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Bitch, you are real. Bitch, you are real, bitch. And I'm so proud of you. You got to understand that stuff like that sticks with you for a very long time. Like for a very, 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 very long time. And you don't know how that stuff sticks with you for a long time until that something like that happens. And it just is like, daughter, I just want to, and it was unwarranted. It was just unwarranted. It was just out of the blue. Daughter, I just want to let you know that you are so beautiful. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for what you've been doing in your life. I'm so proud of you for how you stand up. And she says, girl, I'm so glad that you are how you are how you stand in you being trans. She said, because back in the day, we would never do nothing like this. Never. We would never do this. And bitch, you've made it right for us to be the girls. I said, oh, bitch, you a woman? I said, oh, you a girl now? Or are you still a woman? She said, oh, bitch, I'm going to always be a woman. I'm going to always be a woman, bitch. But, bitch, you just made it right to be the girls. Anyway, that was my, took me back down memory. Yeah, my gay mom is still alive. I ain't talked with her.
Someone was asking if you talked to her recently.
I ain't talked to that regular asshole in a minute. I ain't talked to her. She called me when Miss Eve died. And okay. We've been talking, like, even after that, she called me when Miss Eve died and I was crying. And that made her cry. Like, she came here when I first bought this house.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. When I first bought this house in 2007, she came here. And that's just what she told me. She was so proud. That's when it was.
That's when she told you she was
she was so proud of me. And she cried too. She said, I'm so proud of you. You said you have to write an autobiography and an advice book on how to carry on, and this would be for everyone. I have. I can't release all the information on things, but one of these good old days when your eyes is open and you sitting down in front of something, you chilling and something going on, you can be like, wait a minute, this looks familiar or this sounds familiar. Just know you heard it here first in its raw form.